Hi everybody. Today we're going to do some charcoal shading practice. If you don't have charcoal at home, I have it available here at school. But if you are unable to come and get some, or you are not willing to do this, it is an easy grade, but I am not going to make you do this. If you do it, I will definitely give you a good grade, but charcoal is phenomenal, and I'll show you some examples and you will really love it, and I want you to have this opportunity to use it. So what we're going to do, since we've got a new medium, we're going to do some value scale. So the first one we're going to do is blended. Okay, so enjoy the white on the brown paper. You can use a brown paper bag. I have some gray paper here if you want to use that. First of all, this is just plain white chalk that you would use on a chalkboard. And so what I'm doing is I am filling in the white. So with charcoal, if you're using white paper, you can let your paper be the white, but this is so much easier to where you add your own white. So when you need white, you just add it instead of trying to leave it clean. Leave clean paper. All right, so I've got white all the way up to past halfway on my value scale. Look how black this charcoal is. Isn't that fabulous? So those of you that are having a hard time getting black, charcoal is also your friend. This is very intuitive. So when you want something smooth, just stick your finger in it and rub it. It is so much easier than pencil. All right, so I have a little black. We know that black and white make gray. So I'm going to use my little pinky, and I'm going to take this black down and mix it in with my white. Look how easy this is. So value scale is going to show all the value that we can achieve with a medium, and we're using black and white. Now there is gray charcoal, but this is so much easier to just have two. Now, I want this to be a little smoother, so I'm going to take another clean finger that doesn't have any white on it, and I'm going to take that, I'm going to rub it in. You have to use your finger, because if you use tissue, it will just wipe it off. And the oils in your fingers are very good for making your charcoal stick. So that is pretty much it. Don't overdo it. If you end up having some dust on your paper, just make yourself a little dump pile on the side that you can clean up later. Keep in mind which fingers are dark and which ones are white. Now, let's try the friction one. The friction means that we are just marking over so that we can get... Alrighty, we're back. So, this white pencil is really awesome. This is really good for putting down in big areas. This white pencil is great because it's even whiter. Not that that's a word. It's more white than the other stuff. So this is going to be our friend later on. All right, so for our friction, pressure, friction / pressure. Sounds like a little monkey. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to color going up, but this time we are going to try not to blend with our finger, just so you can try both methods. But let me tell you, you're going to be using both of these together for a great purpose. I'm going to show you an example in just a minute. All right, see, I don't even have to color the same way. So I'm lightening up my pressure. I am going to go back in at the bottom and fill in some of those little pieces of paper. Remember, you can just use a brown paper bag. That's what this material is right here, so that you get from the grocery store. All right, so let's take the black. Okay, and we're going to bring this down. Now, notice when I mark over the white, now I'm starting to lighten up my pressure a little bit. When I mark over the white, it is actually mixing it. So I'm going to go back up, fill in some of those paper parts here. And then you're going to be using the white as a blender. So we can color this way, and it will blend it just by the friction. Okay. And then I'm going to go up and gently add a little pressure white as I go up. But dragging it through there actually mixes it. Now, this is going to be a great thing for blending in a small space, because a stump will, just like a tissue, wipe off your pastel or your charcoal. And we're going to be leading up into pastel later. All right. So, and I can actually get in here if I wanted to make this just a little bit darker here with pressure. And I can go back up with white if I want to, but I could spend all day on this. Now, the cool thing with white is that it erases very easily, and you can get some nice crisp edges if that's what you like. Black will stain your paper, but the white is your friend, so either one. All right, so then just like with every media test, new media test, we're going to make a sphere. This should be super easy. Okay, so just make a circle. Remember, the big chalk is good for covering big areas. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. So we are going to be doing a big shoe. And so using the sticks are really great for making you fast. Charcoal is fast and easy. Now, I do have a wet paper towel that I actually wipe my fingers off on so that I can get any dark stuff off, because I don't want to put a dark finger in my whites. I'm going to dump my dust. Remember, you're making a little dust pile. Okay, so now we want to make value here. And look at this. How is it that I can scribble? Because I'm going to get in there and shape it with my finger. The pinky is good just because you don't use it that much for other things like scratching your nose, and it's small so you can get into tight places. Now, I don't like the shape of my highlight, so I'm going to go back and reshape that. And if you are a person that has a hard time keeping white, it is good to go, you could put white right back on top if you need it. So I'm going to use this pencil. So you can go back and add the white on top. Sometimes it's not going to be perfectly white if you have a lot of dark underneath. But one thing you don't want to do, I need a clean finger. Dadgummit. Okay. So one thing you don't want to do is grind it in and lose the white the second time. Okay. So now I'm going to clean up my sphere so it looks a little better. So easy to clean up the white, right? And then, because we're doing a sphere and we have a light coming in this direction, we're going to make a little bitty shadow. The shadow is actually going, I'm trying to hurry through this. The shadow is going to make some nice contrast with the back of that sphere, and it will help shape it. So it's nice to have a shadow of some kind, that way it grounds your drawing. Okay, now I just want to show you a couple of things. Let's pretend that we're doing a portrait and you've got a beautiful pupil that is dark and lovely, and you want to put a little shine on that pupil. This is really awesome. Make sure your white pencil is clean, and if you want to put a shine, you can put it right on top. So for you guys having a hard time with whites, man, this is the bomb. Alrighty, so this is basically it. I know I could spend more time on it, but I want you to get the gist. Now, quickly, look at this beautiful, now this is just a print of her charcoal. This is from Christina Vasquez. This is charcoal. Look how refined this is. Can you see the white pencil in the hair? Look at the lips, look at the fingers. A lot of people don't think you have control with charcoal when actually you do. This drawing that she did was twice the size of your shoe paper. So this is a huge drawing that Christina Vasquez did in charcoal, Charcoal Queen. All right, good luck.